Hello and welcome to the Swift Talk. I'm Kate, the Swiftie.
And I'm on my best behavior because we're recording on April 1st, not so Swift Sam.
Oh no, is this an April Fool's joke?
No, I'm legit
I hate
going to be.
April Fools.
I am going into this carte blanche, no pranks on my end.
Okay.
Believe it or not, fun fact, I hate April Fool's Day.
I do too. I'm too gullible.
It's pranks are dumb. Like a prank, well executed prank is just a practical joke. Great. A practical joke. A prank, like tripping somebody by having your buddies kneel behind them or whatever like that. Like pranks are BS. Practical jokes are fine.
I don't know if this is an April Fool's Day or not, that Market Basket is doing a 21 plus dance party for one night only. And I was like, sign me. Oh, it's April Fool's.
I guess jokes of what they're having in the produce section today, huh?
The expiration date is pretty quickly approaching.
It's dumb. It's dumb. If you or a loved one out there suffer from April 1st-itis, just, listen to this instead.
Well, none of these are jokes, pranks, or fools.
Yeah. We pride ourselves in not being funny here.
Well, we've got some Taylor topics.
We do?
Yes.
Okay.
Would you like to choose your own adventure or just let it roll?
Let it roll.
Okay. So we are in the longest streak of no Taylor new music since the gap between Reputation and Lover. It has been about, because I don't know when you're going to listen. I don't know when you're going to listen to this, but like 350-ish days since we've had music from Taylor. Almost a year.
Since
we've had
Tortured came out.
Mm-hmm. I know.
Cool. I mean, crazy enough doing multiple albums within a year.
Well, the fact that 350 days is the longest stretch that we've gone without new music is wild.
I mean, if you do think about it, if you look at debut to all moments prior, there was a good long gap there where you didn't have to worry about Taylor music at all.
Well, and from debut on, it was about every 2 years you got something. So like the gap between Reputation and Lover was 651 days.
I mean, it's like a cicada cycle coming out. Gets burrowed for a year, 7 years, comes out.
Well, she'd drop an album, she'd tour for the album, she'd come home, she'd rest, she'd finish the new album, she'd put the album out, she tore the album. That was the sequence. And then she's like, oh, the world changed. I didn't get to do my 4 Loverfest dates. Here's Folklore. Here's Evermore. Oh, I have to re-record my music. Here's Fearless. And while we're at it, here's Red. Oh, and on that note, how about Midnights? What about some Speak Now? 1989? Oh, here's Tortured. I'm glad she's taking some time. I'm glad she's breathing.
If she was sticking to the cycle of 2 years, make an album, release the album, tour the album, come back home, make the album over a course of 2 years, it's 26 years if she wants to get to 13 albums, which is her number, right?
I know, So
you don't need to get to 13.
We're so
rest.
close.
Just go to sleep for 7 years.
2 more albums. We're so close.
Too much.
Not enough. Keep that content coming, Taylor, if you feel like it. If not, enjoy your time off in Montana.
Not in KC, not in California, not in New York. She's in Montana.
There's like this rumor floating around that she and Travis are going to buy in Montana.
Mm-hmm.
Who could say? Yeah. Whatever she wants to do. It's going to get harder, though, to track where she is.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm. So there's a new proposal to the FAA. FAA? FAA, the airline thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Where they're considering, it's likely that they will start withholding private jet flight information from the public. So what you can do is you can request not to have yours public. They will issue you a different tail number or different aircraft code, but you have to prove a security reason for doing it. So like with Taylor and all of the stalkers, and the fact that there's a full-on Twitter, X, whatever we're calling it these days, account that is like, hey, this is where Taylor is. She's in the air here. She's refueling here. You can find her plane here. They're trying to stop that.
Good luck, kid.
You know, she's not always on the plane.
No, I know.
They fly the Air Force One up here. I don't know if you've noticed.
I've seen it.
Doing touch and goes out of Pease as just practice.
Other people use her plane. Like, I'm not, but I do think that probably for her peace of mind, not having her plane whereabouts always splashed across the internet, I can understand where she's coming from there.
I think she should just go the opposite. She's like, if they're tracking me in the air, it's time to start using those tunnels. Time to start using the submarine. The old Swift sub. Sinking down the bottom of the ocean.
We don't put billionaires in submarines anymore.
Well, we don't. They do it to themselves.
We've learned. What are they called? There's something they don't, as submersibles. Yeah. The first Taylor's version song hit 1 billion streams.
The first Taylor's version song. Okay, which one was that? Shake It Off?
No.
Oh.
You want to guess other than that?
Red.
Close.
All Too Well. All
Yeah.
Too 10.
All Too 10.
All Too 10 well.
All Too 10 is the first Taylor's version to hit 1 billion streams. We're very excited.
It explains why it took so long. Because it's 10 minutes long.
Yeah, I mean, I probably at least 500,000 of them are me.
Mm-hmm.
And it is the longest song ever to hit 1 billion streams in Spotify history. American Pie, unfortunately, is a little bit shorter, and I don't think a billion stream club member.
I want you to figure this out as your math equation. A 10-minute and change song was played 1 billion times or 10 billion times?
1 billion.
So 10 billion minutes. How long is that? And you worried about 2 years of not having a new song. It takes longer to hear 10 billion minutes.
I'm not worried about the time frame in between.
You're not worried about it because you are so sure that it's all coming and it's just fine. It's great.
It has to if she wants its trademarks. Or maybe she doesn't. Maybe she secretly bought back all of her life's work and it's irrelevant.
Mm-hmm. She's like, this is my nest egg. My Easter eggs are my nest eggs. I'm going to release this when I'm 40. I'll release this one when I'm 50.
I love this. We were listening to, I do the playlist at work. And I always quiz Seth on which era a Taylor song is. Mm-hmm. And there was a Reputation one. And he's like, Kate, I don't know Reputation. We don't listen to Reputation. And I was like, well, why is that, Seth? And he obviously had no idea. And I go, well, it's because in this restaurant, we only listen to Taylor's versions. We don't have Taylor's version yet. And then he had to listen to the whole stolen work thing. And he was really excited that he said that.
I think I figured out the bold chess move for Taylor. Wu-Tang Clan a couple of years ago made an album, and they only made one copy of the album. And it went off to auction. The guy spent like millions of dollars on just one album, and there was never going to be, he's not going to release it to the public. They're never going to show everyone what they did. It was just the one solid gold album of new Wu-Tang music. Mm-hmm. Taylor's going to take her next album or the next, like, I have the rights and we're only doing one Taylor's version of this or like whatever it is. And she's going to auction that off, get all that money, use that money into the charitable foundations that she's starting or helping out with and all those things. And that's going to become her new, I'm giving back, and it's going to be, I'm taking your money and giving it back to you. She's going to Robin Hood a lot of people.
Why wouldn't she do it as like an NFT?
She doesn't mess with that. Like she has been approached a couple times. I think we've talked about it on this podcast.
Because then everybody could have a little piece of her.
Yeah, I
like
think
that.
Yeah, she doesn't want anyone to have a piece of her.
Well, the
I
album.
think she's more concerned
the album that
about,
you're talking about.
Yeah.
Like in this day and age, that could be a cool way of giving back in a way.
I actually don't think it's out of the realm that she would start her own charitable foundation. I think that's probably coming. I think you'll see her start to diversify as she gets some time. I could absolutely see Taylor starting, I don't know, Taylor's version where she focuses on the causes that are, she is very philanthropic.
She may not get that EGOT, but she got a hospital. She owns a hospital.
Oh, yeah.
She's going to start doing
I could see like the Swift Wing or whatever.
the Swift.
Yeah, I mean, she does a lot with children's hospitals. She does a lot with disaster relief. It would not surprise me to see her start to bring that in-house as well. I think it would be probably very rewarding for her.
Especially where she's so outspoken about what it is being just like a woman in the industry or a woman in general and dealing with the patriarchy and male negativity, all this stuff. What better thing to do that would piss people off even more than by, because they hate it when a celebrity starts speaking up about something. Just be the celebrity that doesn't have a clothing line. They have a hospital. Instead of having, these sneakers, she's building shoes that she donates to people that need shoes.
Yeah.
Like, that's all she's doing.
Funding music education or NPR.
Yeah.
You never quite know. Like, I think she became a billionaire solely based on her music and her work. The words that she wrote, the songs that she sang, the tours that she danced on, like, she did that. And so now that she's got this money, I could very much see her be like, well, how do I help the next Taylor Swift? And whether it's children's hospitals or music education or disaster relief or food insecurity. We're seeing she does it anyway. She's doing it when she stopped on tours. She was giving out hundreds of thousands of dollars to food pantry networks. $10 million to California wildfire relief. There's record stores in Nashville who are still afloat because Taylor stepped in quietly. It's just interesting to see, like, when she decides to really focus it, what she would do. And I'm sure it's coming. Like, no one needs $1 billion. She can't spend that. There's only so much things you can buy. The dopamine only lasts so long.
Look, I watch Brewster's Millions, let alone Brewster's Billions when they make that. It's going to be impossible. Buy a country. What's your GDP over there? All right, what else we got for Taylor?
So Little Nas X, the country star.
Take my... Yep.
Yeah, Old Dirt Road. They asked her, like, hey, there's been some conversation about, you and Taylor maybe collabing. And he goes, he was offered the chance to add a verse to one of her songs, but he turned it down. And he said, we were working on something. She offered to let me try a verse on something, but I couldn't catch a vibe for it, so it didn't happen. But he's not ruling out in the future. He said, bear with me on this one. When it happens, global, world, Tay-Tay and Nasty, he said.
Dumb. What a dumb thing to say. Not a dumb person. Dumb thing to say. What a dumb. These aren't even
so
words.
On brand. I loved
Google
it.
Gaga.
I loved it.
Get out of here.
I had to read that directly from the article because I knew I wouldn't get that right.
Go home. You're drunk.
Oh, it's great. So yeah, that's what I got in Taylor news.
Right.
We had a lot to cover today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who are you old renegade?
We're gonna go a little renegade today. We're not doing a Taylor album song.
This is the closest thing we can do besides a comparison when it comes to listening to somebody else's music is listening to a different band that does strongly feature Taylor Swift. But it's kind of like a field trip. It's kind of like a field trip when you're a homeschool kid and you get to see someone else's backyard. It's kind of like that.
Yeah.
You can see your pool from their yard.
Yeah. We'll see how this goes for me. You really love Taylor's version of a feature, so I'm sure we're going to thrive here.
Can't wait to turn my headphones down listening to this one. That's Taylor's version of featuring someone.
So we're going to hit pause. You hit pause. Today we're doing Renegade from Big Red Machine. So we'll be right back. Well, Sam, love, we enjoyed.
Don't say we. Don't say we.
What you did not hear or witness is the two of them very confused, befuddled.
I think that we know exactly how we felt. Very little confusion on our end. Mostly just wondering, is this perchance your version of an April Fool's joke?
No, but what a happy coincidence.
We're listening to Renegade by Big Red Machine.
Which is Justin Vernon from Bon Iver and Aaron Dessner from The National.
So Aaron Arsenic and Bon Iver are like a part of this Taylor Swift written song.
Yeah. Well, because they collabed in the Folklore Evermore universe.
And how do they get repaid?
She came in.
You know how Eddie Van Halen does the electric guitar and beat it and it like freaking tears it up. And then Michael Jackson kicked his foot through the studio door of Van Halen recording. He's like, guess what, guys? You're playing my song now, and I'm going to be on your album, and it's going to be great. Like, you remember when that happened?
No.
Because it never happened.
They're friends. This was a collaborative effort. Aaron produced it. It's not like Taylor produced it and was like, hey, guys, I took your vocals away. This is what they decided. Magic. Look, sometimes you can't put a song about your boyfriend being terrible on your own album. You have to put it on somebody else's.
Well, she got us there, Jason.
I don't have any more. I don't have any comments about this.
All right. Where do we even... Okay, who is this about? Who is this about then? Is this about freaking Britbox?
I think we're calling him Never Be My Baby instead of Always.
That's Tay Nana type of Bolo Nene. Okay, this is just such a... Oh, man. I can see you or Kiwi or somebody else really vibing to this song.
I love this song.
And I'm literally sinking lower in my chair trying to find the lumbar support.
You were like all the way melted off.
I need to lose my spine because all I want to do is say, this is dumb.
How is this song dumb? It's great. Sure. You just couldn't get past the fact that it was a Taylor song on a Big Red Machine album.
No, I think I can get past that because I care really about neither of them. What's the biggest thing is that it's just such a weird thing. Like, this is like Phil Collins singing Easy Lover on somebody else's album, and they're just dancing in the background. This is nuts.
They harmonized. They were on it. They produced it.
The reason why I felt it was nuts is because when someone comes on a Taylor album, you barely hear them.
And now Taylor's going on their album.
And all you hear is Taylor.
So we have a questionable relationship with what feature means. It's fine.
Feature means it's backing, and it's there at the back of the frickin' zip code.
But it opened up their album to a whole new audience.
That's probably just the purpose of this.
Well, they're longtime collaborators. Yeah. Coney Island.
Let me make sure that your album blows up. I'll be featured on a song, and I'll promote it for you. Now your album's going to be huge.
Don't worry. It's your song, but it's mine.
Exactly.
Well, she also did another one with them that we've done called The Alcott. That featured a little better.
Sorry, what?
The Alcott. We've done it.
No. It featured a little better?
Yeah. He got some verses.
I don't know.
Growth, guys. We're
growth.
We are learning. We are growing.
Yeah, this is like
we added more Lana to Snow on the Beach.
Okay, musical composition. Cluttered, eclectic, pop folk, like it's all over the spot, which is cool. It's got that Such Great Heights type of feeling, like the Postal Service. It's got, like, it's cool. It's not reinventing a wheel, but it's got that hodgepodge of these things shouldn't sound good together, and they are sounding good.
It's chaotic in an interesting, successful way.
Sure.
Because the relationship is chaotic in an interesting, non-successful way.
Okay, so let's tie that into this. Taylor is singing and writing about her relationship.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. because you can't just put a song about your relationship on someone else's album. Okay.
I mean, you can, but like we weren't ready to put You're Losing Me out yet, so we had to do Renegade and just start planting the seeds that maybe all's well, all's not so well.
Like in mythology, Zeus has a headache this big, and they split his head open with an axe, and Athena pops out full grown. Like, is that what's happening to me right now? I can't understand.
Is your inner Swiftie trying to come out after 190 episodes? Did I do it?
No, dude. There's no. I think this might have been the one that finally breaks me and goes like, I've wasted 190 weeks of my life. This is, come on, man. All right. The format is interesting because it's kind of chorus, verse, bridge, chorus, bridge, verse, like it's
We love a bridge.
There's just
Love
a lot
a
of
bridge.
troubled water in this.
Yeah. I mean, is it insensitive for her to say, get your shit together so I can love you? Fair question. Is it really your anxiety that stops you from giving me everything? Or do you just not want to? Fair questions Taylor's asking here. Fair questions. Important questions. Calling him out on his bullshit.
Is it though? This is so soft serve.
I mean, it's how, it's... I wouldn't marry me either. A pathological people pleaser is where we are coming from. But that's where we're coming from.
That's not in this song. This is someone else's work.
Well, it's her work.
You watched Severance?
No.
You didn't watch Severance?
No, it's on my list, though. Okay. I just finished Hacks.
Let's see. Did you watch, you ever watch The Godfather?
No.
Okay. The Substance. You watch The Substance?
Nope.
Okay. You know White Lotus season 1?
Yes.
You know when there's that episode and all of a sudden Big Bird's in the episode? And like Big Bird's there and he's going through the letters. And then it cuts back to everything else that they've been doing ever since they started the show. That's what this is. It's like, why? What purpose does this serve? Besides, clearly just the commercial attribute.
It's a great song. It's a fun little collaboration. I don't know. Maybe Taylor's going to join Big Red Machine and they can be a trio.
Join Big Red Machine.
She might.
Because it's been 3 years since this song came out.
She's been a little busy. They haven't put anything. They've collaborated again. They did the Alcott. Like a year and a half ago.
Did she join the band since then?
Maybe. We don't know what she does in her free time.
Yes, we do, because you track her plane and you know she's in Montana.
I do not personally track her plane.
This is dumb, dude. I'm sorry.
Can we go back to talking about the lyrics? Because we're going to do better with that conversation.
Are we, though? I feel like this is we're really getting somewhere. You fire off missiles because you hate yourself, but do you know you're demolishing Maine? So a lot of this is going into the toxicity of this relationship, how it affects both people.
She's calling him out on being a bitch boy.
No, she's not calling him out on being a bitch boy. I think, if anything, she's pampering him and saying, but you have so much potential, sweetie. You're special. You're not like everybody else. But if you could just maybe, it's that idea of,
I know.
I see that you are showing me or telling me that you have such pain, and that's why there's friction in our relationship. But is it that, or is it like it's the internal? It's just a monologue. It's somebody talking to their partner, but it's only happening inside. And it's that, is this the reality, or do I have to look at this a different way and realize that this is not the reality? Is it anxiety, or do you just don't know how to not be in this relationship, or how to say I can't be in this relationship?
I think it's that moment where you like wake up one day and you're looking at your partner and you go, am I the only one putting work in here? Am I the only one who's fighting for this? You're just happy to kind of let this be. You're not going to try. You're not going to make changes. You're not going to do anything that may be uncomfortable. Like, you're just going to let me do the heavy lifting until I can't do it anymore. Like, you get to not have your shit together. You get to fire off missiles. You get to be a baby. And I'm supposed to be here trying to fix it. But maybe, are you telling me that, like, without telling me, that just to go away? Like, and I think when she's like, it's your anxiety, this song is anxious. It's anxious attachment style. It's like, I can fix you. And like, we see this theme come out in Midnights. We see this theme all over tortured poets. But this is really the first time she starts talking about how do I make something work that cannot work.
Well, think big three things that you've been saying so far. How do I make this work?
Mm-hmm.
Fix it, baby. Look at the course, really. Are you really going to talk about timing in times like these?
Mm-hmm.
We are in a stressful situation, and you're talking about like, oh, but if it wasn't so stressful, it's like, yeah, but it is stressful.
It's the timing. It's what's going on. Yeah.
And you let all your damage me.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that is making you this person that you are releasing it, and it's now affecting me. And I'm being like, this is affecting me, and you're saying, but I'm hurt. And I'm like, right, but you are hurting me. You don't care about how I feel. No, I do, but I'm letting you know that your actions it's that perpetuation. And you carry your baggage up my street and make me your future history. This is the relationship. You are moving towards the relationship, and all of your history, all of your hangups, all of your problems, you are moving it in with you into this relationship. And that's going to make me feel like I'm going to be the person who caused you the drama a year from now.
Mm-hmm.
If you're talking about your ex and you're talking about like how this person never treated me right, they didn't get me, this, that, the other, and then you're talking about the last ex and the last ex and the last ex, all of that stuff, it's making me feel like right now, like all I'm going to be, I'm the ex future Mrs. Malcolm. I'm always looking for the next ex. It's like that type of situation.
Mm-hmm.
Open the blinds, let me see your face. You wouldn't be the first renegade to need somebody is literally like, that's the issue is I'm seeing all the red flags and being an enabler.
She's collecting the red flags here. Like, all of her friends are screaming at her. And I've definitely been in this situation where your friends are like, what are you doing? Block his number, walk away, move on. Like, do not indulge this man-child anymore.
But I can help him.
But I can fix him. No, but like, I think maybe just
could
one
be
more
so
conversation.
good.
If I just,
it could be
if I
so
just,
good. Oh, if only.
If I just.
What a power couple we would be.
And then you end up being thrown off the boat.
They're all after me. Why? Why are all these ex-boyfriends after me?
But it's just that, like, I think, I came across a TikTok this week, and they're talking about the new Selena Gomez song that she did with Gracie Abrams, Call Me When You Break Up.
Mm-hmm.
And the take on it isn't like telling your ex-boyfriend to call you when he breaks up with whoever he's dating now. It's telling your friend, like, call me when you break up. I'm here for you. Like, and listening to that song, maybe we should do that song next week. I'm just kidding. There's no Taylor on that song, guys.
Just lie to me and say it's featuring her. Just lie to me.
But like, so she talks about it, like, you saw Taylor really pull away from her girlfriends. You didn't see them out as much. Like, you saw Taylor really live this singular world with Joe. Like, they were in England. They were doing their things. And now that she and Joe aren't together anymore, you see her with Selena. You see her with the Haim sisters. I got corrected on that. I'm so sorry. You see her out with her friends, her gal pals, in a way that you didn't with Joe. And I think you get to a point where your friends are like, you are collecting red flags. You are enabling the red flags. You're explaining away the red flags. And it's detrimental to you.
Sure. I mean, psychologically, I don't know if she's ever looked at it this way, but if you look at a lot of this stuff, the way you look at your neighbor is how you subconsciously see yourself. The way you look at the person who's closest to you, mm-hmm. the things that drive you nuts mm-hmm. are usually the things that are really inside of you that you don't like to reflect on, that you are aware of and you try to overcome.
They're trigger points.
So the idea of relationships and wanting to be the person that can be like the fixer, like that's my role in the relationship, is I can fix you. And my reward is going to be that you're a better person, and like that's going to make my life easier. Is that once you get past this, everything, it's any of these. I'm not going to say all of them. I'm not going to generalize it that way, but like any of these relationships that she's had, post, I don't know, dating someone who's 15 years older than her, like those things of being like, oh, you're younger, I can help you. I know how to manage through stardom. Oh, you're an actor, which is crazy. I mean, I'm this, but like, yeah, we both want to have that stuff. Oh, it'll help you if I tone it down. Oh, well, let me fix this. Let me change a little bit for you. Because if I change and that helps you, it's going to make things better. All of these songs, the anxiety is literally the back of her mind going, stop it. It's literally, and it's not understanding because you're focused on, it's so much easier to try and help someone else out with their problems.
Well, think of the praise she got for being with Joe Alwyn. Like,
you're doing such a good job.
Oh, she's not just dating guys anymore. Oh, like she's been in this relationship. Look how happy she is. Look how settled she is.
He has a proper accent. He's a real man.
She finally conformed into what like she thought society wanted from her. And so like I can imagine as somebody who had been canceled, like that she's willing to put up with more of his bad behavior because she doesn't want to be a failure at this. Like everybody makes that joke. Oh, Taylor's just going to write a song about an ex-boyfriend. Just date Taylor Swift. You'll get an album written about you. So, like, extracting herself from this, another failed relationship, another tabloid fodder. People are going to weigh in. Like, is that going to affect her career? Like, what is this going to do to her? On top of, like, how unhappy are you? And how unhappy is he? And just the facets of having to be Taylor Swift and end a relationship has to be like, you can't just be like, all right, I'm going to block his number. I'm going to be done. I'll leave the bar if he comes in. Like, I don't need to deal with this. You don't get to do that. You have to have your publicist involved. Like, people are on TikTok making TikToks theorizing about what happened. Like,
it's hard to have advocates when you're a celebrity.
Mm-hmm.
When you are yourself, myself, Jason, like you have circles of people that you've collected, your family members, your friends, your neighbors, your former coworkers, all that stuff. And everyone's going to have a generalized opinion about you, but the majority of those people in your life are going to say, oh, we know Sam is X, Sam is Y, Sam is Z. You know, he's funny, he's kind, he's goofy, whatever it is. And then one person can find like, no, they're an asshole, they're a liar, and they're dumb. And everyone looks at that person. Most people will go, that's not true. Some people will be silent. A few other people are going to go, I've never thought about it like that. Maybe he is. If you're a celebrity, you don't have any tight relationships that are generalized. You have maybe your close sector that aren't in your mind or in reality stealing your stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You have people that you're like, yeah, they're close to me. Well, why are they close to you? Well, I pay them every week to be around. Shoot. So you have these pockets of stuff, and then like you have like, oh, well, Selena Gomez gets me because we're both this. Well, are you gonna hang out with her? I can't. I'm doing this tour. She's doing this film. We barely see each other. But you're tight, but it's freaking so vastly spaced out that you don't have the advocates that the average person can have.
Right.
So you need people to be on the payroll to be sure, like, Dr. Taylor Allison Swift would not like to make a comment on these illicit affair allegations right now. Thank you and good night. Like,
yeah.
F&A, brah.
It's just got to be so weird. And like to have Taylor kind of start to come out talking about how things weren't so great and to put that into like the lexicon. Like once you put a song out there on Spotify, it's there.
Sure.
Like you've put these feelings into the ether. So you are owning them and you're signing off on them. And that's got to be so strange too, to be like, yeah, we broke up and this is how I was feeling. And if you ever have a fight, you're like, well, may I please
Sure. I just
refer you to.
I get all that.
I mean, I think I would kind of enjoy that sometimes. Be like, oh, you want to know? You want to know how I'm feeling? Here. I think that's just what I'm going to do. I'm just going to respond by sending Spotify songs to people.
Sure.
Right?
I also just feel like that this was a Wrangler jeans commercial in the middle of somebody's album. Being like, if you like Big Red Machine, you're going to love all of Taylor Swift's stuff. Like, this is...
I can only imagine what the actual, like, Big Red Machine fans think. They're like, what is happening here?
I mean, I'm sure half of them are like, that's fine. Some of them are quiet. A few of them are like, wait, I've never thought about that before.
And some of them are like, you've got to be kidding me.
You just lost a fan.
Okay. I think the National and Bon Iver are doing just fine.
Yeah. Come on, Skinny Love. I don't really love this song. I don't strongly hate this song. I'm ashamed about this song. I just want you to know. There is a shame that I feel that is just like, oh my God. It's because it's that I've never listened to a lot of Big Red Machine.
I had neither.
I know that they're tied to Taylor in different ways. However, if you told me that this is Big Red or you told me this is Taylor, I would either way I'd be like, yeah, it's a Taylor Swift song.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
So it's kind of just like.
But when this came out, it was also during that, like they had just been collaborating on Folklore and Evermore, and they just weren't ready for it.
She just joined the band.
Yeah, she was in the band. Yeah. Don't you always just want to be like that person who like comes into the band and you join for a little while and you're like, okay, go back to my thing.
Yeah, man, I love being Yoko Ono.
Singing Daisy Jones, but yeah, sure.
Each and every week we roll the Julia Petruzzi Hello. What do we want to call it? Celebratory die, recovery die. These dice right here, we're going to pick an album, we're going to pick a song. Reputation's off the list.
1989's off the list.
1989's off the list. We're going to, easy. All right, I'll roll.
The closer we get to being done means the closer we get to starting over.
Look, I'm getting close to retirement age.
I was under the impression we were going on vacation.
We don't go on vacation.
I thought you were taking us somewhere on vacation for being such good boys for the last 188.
I was promised that I was being taken to a nice farm upstate.
I mean, at least we could go for ice cream.
Well, it's not open today, guys. It's still spring.
It's not a cone do attitude right there. We're going to roll for an album. I'll live on. That's the thing. That's the type.
Tortured. We're tortured.
Yes, we are. We are tortured here on this podcast. Ease. All right. 17. Have we done 17? We want to go higher than 17?
Let's go higher than 17.
Higher than 17. Let's roll.
I don't know if we've done it yet. I haven't counted that far, but let's do higher. Right. We haven't done the back half of Tortured, really.
I got 17. I got a 6. 23. Jordan.
Ooh.
Jordan. We're doing Michael Jordan.
I think you're really going to relate to this song.
Is it about Scottie Pippen?
It's called I Hate It Here. Yeah.
Is that your April Fool's joke? Or is that what it's called?
No, that's really what it's called.
That's what it's called.
God help me.
It's called God Help Me in brackets, in parentheses.
God help Kait.
Now featuring more
Taylor Swift.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Okay. I Hate It Here off of Tortured. How could this go wrong?
Oh, jeez. Tortured's been so successful for me. Boy, what a day to be alive. All right, on that note, if you haven't already, follow, subscribe, rate, review, tell all of your friends. Tell us what you think.
Yeah, get in the comments. Get in the comments. Tell us what you're thinking. Tell us why I'm wrong. Submit a question to Kait. She'll ask me it on the recording, and I'll get it wrong on that too. And
you can also, explain features to Sam and Taylor's version of features to Sam as well.
I've seen a lot of feature films, and none of them have really had. Majority of them, 99.999 repeating, have not included Taylor Swift.
Yeah, that's okay. We did watch one together.
Did.
Well, kind of.
I watched it. You pretended to have seen it.
I had seen it, just not as recent. Anyway, so thanks again for listening. We'll be back next week in our Tortured Poets era.
Yeah.
With
I Hate It Here.
Thanks again for listening. I'm Kait, the Swiftie.
I want a hot dog real bad.
You're still in. She's not.
I'm taking the dog.
They killed her off the show. You're still on it.
Spoilers, man. Some people haven't watched season 3 yet.
She wasn't even in season 3.
Because they killed her off. You're spoiling.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, everyone knows she talks about it. Thanks again for listening. I'm Kait the Swiftie.
And I'm Stifler's mom. I'm not so Sam.
We'll see you next week.